Hari Om. So today we will be contemplating on Vijnana Yoga, chapter 7, verse 27. Ichchhā-dveṣa-samutthena dvandva-mohena bhārata sarva-bhūtāni sammohaṁ sarge yānti parantapa. O descendant of Bharat, the dualities of desire and aversion arise from illusion. O conqueror of enemies, all living beings in the material realm are deluded by this. So he is giving two points for us to consider. The dualities of desire and aversion arise from illusion. That is number one. And second one is all living beings in the material realm are deluded by these. Ichchha is dvesha, desire, dvesha, aversion, samutthena, arise from, dvandva, of duality, mohena, from the illusion, bharata, Arjun, descendant of Bharat, sarva, all, bhūtāni, living beings, sammoham, into delusion, sarge, since birth, yānti, enter, parantapa, Arjun, conqueror of enemies. So we will contemplate on this. Siaji, uh, so you got this verse, what the meaning Krishna is giving us here?
I kind of got it.
Okay. So you want to talk about?
I think basically in this verse, what Krishna is trying to like tell all of us and Arjuna is that we all have desires that we want to fulfill, and so we are basically brought up in this material world. So, what I don't get is that if we are brought up in this material world, we will have desires because everyone around us have that, and so we are conditioned to that. Only if we were not like if we are in an environment like since birth, like where we are not like our parents or our relatives, they are not like, oh, I have, after I finish this, I have to do this, I have to complete this. Like if I don't do this, like what is the point of living? But like if you are surrounded by that and since birth, then yeah, for people, like it's once we've like been conditioned to that, it's very hard to come out of that desire, like the thoughts of like I need this, without this I'll be sad, I'll be disappointed, I'll get frustrated, I'll cause a commotion, I'll cause chaos. If not, like that's what, like without all this, I cannot live. Like what is the point of living? Like these kind of questions rise up. And then that's what he's saying, that once you come out of this illusion, this maya, that this with you can still live without this, you can still do this and that without having like so much on your mind, so many distractions. Like how to say, like today I have to watch TV, I want to watch TV before I study, like that, something like that. Like that's what he's trying to imply.
Mhm. Yeah. So it is, as you said, it is always there from birth. We are conditioned by this likes and dislike. I like this, I don't like this, right? And what is he saying? It is coming from illusion, right? It is, illusion is like from ignorance. We don't know what is real, so we get pulled and like pushed by our desires and likes and dislikes. Okay. And what does that cause? All living beings are deluded. Like we are always uh, confused with these things, right? And where does it lead to finally? kind of lost, and you are like um, unhappy, right? And you're trying to figure out. Okay, so the way I see it is, uh, in a journey, if you see, we start with a particular destination in mind. Okay, let's say that we want to go to X, and what do we do first when you have to go from like where you are to a destination? What do you do, Siaji?
Uh, uh, I guess you make a plan,
Exactly, right?
and then you figure out your transport, and then once you reach
Exactly.
the yeah.
Plan is basically how to go, right? You need a map, you need a direction, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's say that you got the direction, you got the map. Now you start going. Now on the way, you see something, a fair. You like to uh, you get attracted towards it. Okay, now let's say that you go there. Then, hey, you know what? There is something nice. I want to go there, and you basically take a deviation from your map and go there. And what will happen? You will end up spending time there. Okay, and then like you may realize that, hey, you know what? I have to go back. Again, you start. Okay, and on the way you see something which you don't like. Again, you take a diversion. What will happen if you keep doing this? Will you be able to reach?
No, you won't be able to reach.
Exactly, right? So that's how I see that when we have a purpose goal in mind and when we start working towards, how we get distracted and like by the likes and dislikes. As you said, you are preparing for some exam or something, and like there is something in the TV that you like and you go and start watching. You basically lost time, right? So that's how he's saying that, like, why these desires are coming from the illusion, because like you think that that is going to give you the happiness. If you like something, you think that is going to give you the happiness, but at the end what you realize is that momentary happiness is going to give you more problem towards, as you go towards your goal, right? Similarly, like food we eat, right? The sugary foods, we say that like it is very tasty, but the more you eat you get into trouble, while the healthy food may not be tasty. You may not like it, but it may be it can give you better health, good health, as you consume more on that. So how the likes and dislikes basically create this problem for us. So which means, how do you overcome this likes and dislikes? Only by knowledge, right? So that is one thing. I feel like Krishna is pointing out, uh, wh- why is there this problem, confusion in life in this material world? Because we are always pushed and pulled by these likes and dislikes, and we basically, when we get into this, we lose the direction of where we wanted to go. And when you lose that, you basically figure out, hey, you know what, I'm lost. Where am I? What am I doing? Why did I come here? What was my purpose? Where I was going towards, right?
But like, how to say, like, uh even like the how some people say, the destination is not what matters but the journey.
Okay. But what happens if you only keep traveling and don't reach at all?
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
I
So
don't know how to
Mhm.
I don't know how to explain though, like, Like, because see, after we reach the destination,
Mm.
then what next? Then
Exactly.
we'll have another, then we'll have another destination.
Exactly. Correct. Correct. So which is basically the destination should be taking you towards a higher purpose, higher goal, not like some random destination which will not take you anywhere, right? Like, for example, let's say um, somebody wants to become a scientist. Okay, what do? They start with the high school diploma, bachelor's degree, master degree, doctorate, postdoctorate, right? That is like the journey in one direction towards a goal. What happens if someone like keeps on doing like, you know what, let me study this, okay, let me study this, let me study this. You keep on moving from one to another. Okay, will you go towards becoming a scientist, or will becoming an expert in one particular area,
No.
right? So if you see how we apply here, the way I see it is, uh, with Gita, Krishna is pointing towards that highest goal, which is to realize the truth, know the truth, because after which, like, you get answer to anything, you can handle anything, right? If you see, if you read about, let's say, how to build something, if you learn about it, if you spend 5 years, you may figure out, but like you will build it. But does that answer all the questions? No, right? You in the materialistic realm, whatever we learn, that addresses that particular point, that particular area, discipline. While here Krishna is pointing towards the highest goal, which is to know the truth, which is like, who are we, like what happened, how did I come, and like who am I, and why am I here, and like what is that all that I see, right? Who's God, who's the, like, what is this world that keeps changing, right? He basically, they are giving the highest destination. Uh, After reaching there, there is no other destination, right? If you keep on if you have smaller goals, you will always look for the what next, right? Which is what happens, right? When like in the material world, we have some small goals. So, you know what, I'm going to do this, I reach, I get done, okay. So like, for example, I as part of my career, I said like, I want to study and like be get the engineering degree. I did the bachelor's degree and I worked for some time. Then what? Then like again we think, oh, okay, maybe master's degree is pending. So you go and like put efforts and study master's degree, and then what, right? And then you keep thinking, you know what, like go and work for bigger companies. Okay, you switch to a bigger company, and then what? There is always another bigger company. There is always another degree above, right? So all these in the material world, what we see is all like the goals that you can reach, from where like you have to keep moving. There is, it is not the final one. While what we see from our scriptures here, Bhagavad Gita, right, and Upanishads, is it's showing us, it's giving us the highest goal, after reaching which, like, you basically you realize who you are and you feel that completeness, and like you don't look for anything anymore from there onwards. Does that make sense?
Yeah, yeah.
Right, you had the two questions, right? Hey, isn't this journey important and not reaching the destination important? Or if I reach the destination, but I have to go and like, from there, what do I do? You, if it's a small goal, small destination, you will keep looking for, right? Same way, journey without any destination, without any goal, yeah, it will give you experience, but what is that experience of any use? Like, for example, let's say that um, you like some individual X has been studying college, and let's say that the individual X has studied for 10 years but has not gotten the degree. Can that person be of any good reference to anyone? Can he say that, you know what, hey, ask me, I have studied for 10 years, Though I might not have gotten the degree, but I have the experience. Will you go to that person?
But that is also looking at it like in another way, right? Like how to say, uh, even to achieve many things in this world, we have to achieve it materially. Like we, like there's everything like other than reaching the state of through like state, how to say, like the higher spiritual state.
Mhm.
Everything else is material. and
Okay.
uh, and all this is not like our knowledge, right? Like it's borrowed knowledge. Like we haven't experienced this, like all these things that they're saying in the all the things that Krishna is saying.
Uh-huh.
Like many of we can relate to it because we have experienced. So that's why we can see, we can, how to say, we can relate to that verse that Krishna has
Mhm.
spoken. But
Okay.
other than that, a lot of these things are not our knowledge, right? Like it's the knowledge that Krishna is giving us, and
Like,
only
for
through,
example, let's take this verse itself.
yeah, so only through experience we will get the knowledge, like our own experience.
Yeah, yeah. So, so what do we? So even here, even when we are learning all these things, what we call this as shravana, right? You are learning, you are listening and learning, right? Okay. And then you have to experience, which is like the next thing is manana. You have to apply it. It is not theory only, right? You have to apply it. So he's saying here that he's telling you, he's pointing to the fact that all these likes and dislikes are like arise from your own illusion. So know the truth. Okay, why? If you don't know the truth, you'll be trapped. If you think that like I will get that happiness getting into that bazaar or some mela, okay, you are going to be lost in life, right? He's pointing you to the truth. So which you have to apply it. Only you have to, only when you apply it, you experience that the the concept that point he is telling you. It is not only listening. So what we call as like listening is the shravana, right? Then like contemplate on it again after the, let's say we finish the session. And usually it happens to me, right? When I join a session, I listen to the teachers, and then like later on, maybe in same day, next day, or days in the week, keep thinking about it. It's just manana. Okay, contemplate on it, saying like, how does it apply? So why did he say that? Okay, then apply it and see. When you apply it and see, you actually realize that, oh, I see the point what he's saying. Like that's why I gave the simple example as food. If you take the food, um, you can say that, you know what, like, hey, if I have to enjoy, I have to eat that ice cream. That ice cream is sweet, and like it makes, when I eat it, I really like it and I feel good, right? Now, can you eat the ice cream every day, right? And you may say that, you know what, unless I eat it every day, I don't know, right? So I have to experience it. But you can learn from people, other people. You can see that, what happens, like you see people suffering from diabetes. What happens, they say that your like food habits may not be right. So you have to, you can take once in a while, but like you are primarily, you need to know. So you need to know what to take, what kind of food is good, how to take, like how to eat. They say that like eat slowly, chew longer, right? And don't have any distraction when you are eating. Focus on the food. Don't watch TV and eat, or don't get into a big discussion while eating, right? So these are the things you get from the experts, like, or the teachers. And either you can learn from them and apply it for you, or you may say that, you know what, for me the journey is important, I want to go through it. Fine. you go through it, then like maybe at the time you reach 30, 40, 50, then like, you'll realize, oh, this is what happened. But then like it may not be a good state at the time, right? You don't want to be going through a negative state to realize that, oh, okay, now I understand why they said that. A smart person will say, you know what, I will learn from the teachers so that like I will not go in the wrong path. What do you think?
Yeah.
Right? We always go through the system, teachers, elders, experts, where like you are always, and you are reading also, right? You are reading books. And why do you read books? You are learning from the knowledge that has been acquired by someone and like telling you. You can always say that, you know what, I don't want to read. I want to try it myself. I want to learn myself. But you are going to take a lot of time to learn one small concept, which others have figured out and like and have recorded it in a book, which you can learn quickly and then like move on to the next, right? That is why we are doing all the whole education part, how we are doing today. Does it make sense?
Yeah, yeah, it does.
Okay. Santosh, are you still there? Just wanted to see if you have any
Yeah. Actually, I'm there.
point.
I'm just a spectator listening.
Oh, okay. No, it's always nice to hear from you. Let's see if you can talk then.
No, I actually didn't, gone through the shloka itself. I
Okay.
mean, just by
So
this,
from the discussion we are having, you want to share. So I don't know if you're hearing our discussion for the past 20 minutes.
no, I partially I was hearing,
Okay, okay, okay.
but the shloka of the descendant of Bharat, dualities of desire and aversion arise from illusion, which means, O conqueror of enemies, all living beings in the material realm are deluded by this.
We are so the material world, the every living being is under the confusion in the Maya of these likes and dislikes, right? Which
Yeah,
is
this
what
raga
the
dvesha. See,
mm,
first of all, this material world itself is called raga dvesha. Until unless we are in this material, the raga dvesha will always be there.
mm,
That is what Krishna points here. Oh, descendants of Bharat is pointing to Bharat. It is to us dualities. That's what he meant to say. Desire dualities in the sense when I want something is what the duality starts.
yeah.
When I am with the self, there is no duality. When
Mm,
I am with the impressions, or when I want something, then the duality starts, and
mm,
then that will give rise to a lot of illusions. Even I know this is illusion. What is that I am saying or what is I'm making is, but still we get trapped in the Maya and suffer as if that we are only suffering, but
why
when
suffer?
I suffer.
And how does the suffering come?
Suffering is coming from my desire. I know that.
Which is I want it. And when you
Yes, I
want
want
it,
this. I want that.
if you don't get it, you suffer.
I do. I suffer.
When you get it, what happens? You know what? I want to retain it. I don't want to lose
Yeah,
it.
yeah. I want still more.
I want
Or
more,
else
more.
I want to retain it. I don't want to miss this particular this one to anybody. I mean, these are all part and parcel of all this.
CIG, you see that point? The suffering. How does the suffering come? Right? I want it. It starts right there.
Yeah.
Right? You get it, you have problem. You don't get it, you still have problem. You get it like you want more. You don't want to lose it. You don't get it, you are like you are upset.
Yeah, we it's just like a the round spinning. This one is there. No, what do you call? I don't remember that. Until you don't come out of it, you see again this
The rat,
sorrow,
the rat wheel.
the rat wheel. Correct.
You keep running in the wheel. You are
Yeah,
not
you
going
keep
anywhere.
running in the wheel. When you go up, you will feel, yeah, I have done something. When you come down, you will feel, oh, I'm going to fall. I mean, suffering is there on the both the side. Even see, there are one thing. When I say I am happy, which I am not happy. Means happy is also filling the blanks of that particular sorrowness only, suffering only. There's nothing called happiness in the world. I mean, sorry, I mean, I'll go to Advaita Vedanta and talk, because that.
No, you can talk in simple language, because so that like CIG can also connect.
Yeah, she's just, college girl. I mean, I don't think, I mean, I should not, put her into some kind of this one. Yeah,
So
in
I don't
simple
want
languages.
no need of any technical language.
Correct,
It's
correct.
simple words so that like we
Simple
can
words,
apply
like,
in our day-to-day life.
correct. In simple life, CIG, see what we do is we go behind. See, there is nothing wrong in going behind, but only thing is, when you should not feel bad, or you should not feel for the result, like, I failed. You should not feel, I mean, that feeling will come only when you do when you perform any karma or any action with you in inaction, which mean to say, aham karta na mahan bhokta. I'm like, I am not performing this activity. In the turn, you are writing an exam. For example, if you are a college girl, you have put an effort, you are writing an exam, and result is with him. Okay, I'm not worried about that. I have put effort, I have done my job, that's it. Rest of the thing he will take care.
But
That's
have that goal. Have that goal.
yes.
You know what? If I'm studying, I want to do well. That can be the goal. But
Goal.
then like, and once we have that goal, we don't want to have the distractions, which is like likes and dislikes. A lot of things will come. Somebody will call for a movie or for a game, right? Or for chit chat or for lunch, right? So that is where one has to figure out and like be in control of like what is my destination. I want to reach there, and like do I have the time to reach there? And like when I'm getting distracted, when I'm going through this, like I cannot say that, you know what, I don't like reading this. Then like it's not going to take you there, right?
Exactly. And also, just to add to Sarvanji's point, like, there are a lot of things, as Sarvanji was mentioning. It should be your goal, or it should be distractions. But there are certain people who know what their goal, they do everything. And like, they may go to movie, or just an example, as he was mentioning. I mean, the distraction happens also. Their focus will be on that goal itself.
Exactly.
Okay, but it again depends on the individual, how he actually operates through this particular body and perform the action. And after performing the action, there is no need to mourn. That is what we need to learn. No need to mourn on anything, because nothing is permanent here. Everything is the illusion. Even the class which we are doing, it's again a manifestation. Somewhere something was manifested. We are here and we are in the class. And today, you and we are talking because of that manifestation.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, very good
even
point. Actually, you got it here. Actually, yeah. If you see, we start. So all of us joined this Gita satsang with a goal in mind, right? And now, as long as we stay in the path, and like every week we are able to join and like learn, maybe like by the end of the number of weeks, we will know at a high level what Krishna talked about, which will basically take us to the next higher goal. Let's say if we are not able to meet, and like maybe we start the journey, but then like get distracted with other things, and if we lose, basically the journey itself becomes a half-hearted effort. The result will not be that good compared to what if you get by attending like all the sessions, let's say, right?
yeah, exactly. One
So
more thing
that's
about
where the effectiveness of the journey matters,
yes. And
right?
one more
Like
thing,
having the eyes and focus on that goal, where we want to go. Good point, actually, Santoshji.
actually, see, CIG, see, E is equal to MC square will never change. Okay, that will always stay. The way we derive is what the make the difference. Okay, in the turn, like, just come, as Sarvanji was mentioning, just coming, attending the session. After end of the session, might be at the next week, we will again go back to the same illusion world. We again claim we are suffering. We again end up with sorrows. We again end up with happiness. We again end up with XYZ. Right. But when you keep practicing this, right, you will be able to perform more. Your actions will be more profound, more clarity, with more this one you will be able to do. Your same action will be performing, but you'll have more clarity. That is the only difference. I mean,
Yeah.
Sarvan, if you have
Yeah.
anything, you can add, Sarvanji.
Yeah. So that basically brings to the question, Siaji. How do you see yourself like applying what we are learning today?
I don't really know because right now I'm I have a lot of information in my mind and I don't know how to use it. It's like I'm at crossroads, like so many people are telling so many things and I think I have to figure it out on my own.
Okay. So this is a good point and good question. It was actually used to uh, understand. Okay. So like uh, for a seeker, the question always comes, you know what? There are so many people telling so many things. Whom should I follow? Okay. So the answer was given on two things. Okay. Which is basically who is the right teacher for you at the end of the day. And the right teacher, the answer is the one who is basically teaching you from, let's say in our case, from the scriptures. Okay. And how much he has, how well he has understood it, how well he is able to explain it to you in a way that you can understand and you can apply it to you can apply those learning. And number one. Number two, are these what the teacher guru is teaching, is it something written by some person XYZ in like some 20 years back, or like some 100 years back, or it's been there forever, for it has lasted for long? Because many books are written every year books are written, and they come, and like no book remains forever for any number of generations. What we have seen is only what we call like our Vedic scriptures, Upanishads, Bhagavad Gita, which have remained for all the generations, which means that text has gone through so many questions by so many people, like what you said today. Like so many people are telling, should I follow this? Many people would have asked, and that this scripture has passed that, right? It has answered to all those to remain, and it has come to us today. So that basically validates that, you know what, the scripture has something to deliver, which no other scripture, no other book is giving, which is why like people are still studying today, right? And number two, this is the scripture what we are learning today is from our guru, Sriprabhuji, right? And has he understood clearly to explain to you in a way that you are able to apply? What we see is like, has he like, so if it is true, is he applying? So that's what they see, and like you can see how his life is, right? So what he says like, uh, stay in the truth, and like uh, all the actions do for the welfare of the society, right? So where like others are getting benefited, right? So that basically, this is something which you can ask. And then and one more thing you can question is like, is this knowledge giving like giving me that that does it look like taking me in the right direction, or it's creating more confusion, or like uh, it is creating some agitation in the mind? You, when you listen to certain knowledge, right, you feel good. When you listen to some other knowledge, you feel more agitated, right? You can ask yourself, does this make sense? Like, am I feeling better listening to these teachings, or like, is it like making me do certain things which I'm not convinced, right? These are some questions you can ask to figure out, okay, what is the, whom should I follow, what scripture should I follow, which teacher should I follow. Do they have that, do we see that the teacher living the way the teaching is giving, or he's only giving you theory? Does it make sense, Siaji?
Yeah, it does.
Right, so which is usually, your point is extremely right. Like when you go out, right, and I also had these questions, and like when you ask, like everyone has answer. Okay, and everyone gives a view. Hey, you know what, you should do that, you should do that, and then finally you are the one who has to make that choice. Completely right, right? Now, what should be the right uh, variables you want to track, right questions to ask, so that like you are on the right path with the right teacher than like going in the wrong path. For that, these questions will help you basically, right? For all the so you, let's say you got some 10 different answers, 10 different guidance, right? Try to apply these questions. Okay, is this person talking based on some recent book, or his own view, or is it from a very established book, right? Is that person successful? Is that person like being able to help others? Is that person living a very happy, healthy, peaceful life, right? Are you getting convinced with the answers that you are getting from that person? So you can ask all these questions, which is actually a very, very good point you made actually. Santosh, you want to add anything? And Siaji, even the motto of the foundation is called Atmano Mokshatam Jagat Hitaya Cha, right? Be established in the truth and like do the welfare for the soul.
Sarvanji, I'll log off, Sarvanji. I have to.
Okay, fine, sure. Thank you.
Thank you, Sarvanji. Sorry.
Yeah, Siaji. Thanks for actually asking that question. That point is a big game changer for anyone in life.
Yeah, yeah, it is.
Yeah, the answers, the points I gave you, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It makes sense. I mean, like everyone has something to say. I kind of like noticed and observed that.
Hmm.
Yeah, so I guess, yeah.
Okay. Any other questions or points you want to share?
No, not for now.
Okay, then we'll stop here. Thank you, Hari Om. I will stop the recording and we will go to
Okay.
the ending prayer.